Hello, my mindful adventurers. It is time for your weekly dose of the blog post. Yeah. And this week we're talking about death, baby. Um, it's not part of the title, but I sang about it on my post for Monday. It is very windy out here. I don't know how loud. It's not very loud in the mic, but I might speak really loud, and I'm sorry already. And also, the wind is kind of doing a thing. It keeps changing position, but it seems like it's mostly blowing from behind me. So hopefully, I caught most of that out. Um. So yeah, bear with me. It's windy. It's supposed to be cool tonight, so I'm excited. Yay! Anyway, enough about myself. Let's talk about death, right? Because that's why you guys are here. Um. So if you guys have been here, you know I usually say that the points are directly linked to the blog post. Well, this week and last week, I didn't realize that I made the points a little bit different, so they're not exactly the same. But this week, the first two main body sections are put together in my blog in this video. So if you're trying to figure out how it coincides, that's how it coincides. Um. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about death, right? And like, why does death matter? Like, why does this taboo topic, like, why should we talk about it? Why should we normalize talking about it? Because it's probably one of the most taboo topics out there. I think the two things that people are most afraid of are death and public speaking, and I think they like do this all the time. So we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. Because we're all gonna die. Maybe not all of us have to do public speaking, but we're all gonna die. It's just that's just what's gonna happen. But the thing is like, what leads to that? Like, what leads to, and like, what happens afterwards? And like, is it really truly just nothing? I mean, of course, these are all my opinions, right? And I grew up Christian. I don't exactly follow those rules, I guess you could say. I don't follow that religion. There's things that I've taken from it that I believe in, but for the most part, I'm not a practicing Christian, so just bear in mind, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, why does this taboo topic matter? Like, death is 100% guaranteed, and it's one of the things that like none of us want to talk about because we're terrified of it. We're scared that when we die, like it's gonna be nothing, or we're gonna be blackness, or we're gonna like lose control. I don't know. Like, we're just gonna cease to exist, and I truly don't believe that. Like, we are truly energetic beings. We are energy, and if you know anything about physics, energy cannot be created or destroyed. So if we are energy and we're energetic beings inhabiting a body, a physical, tangible body, then when this body dies, then we become our energetic self and we leave. That's why our body is no longer animated. So like, think about a light bulb. When a light bulb is not connected to electricity, it's not it's not gonna light up. But when there is electricity in it, energy, it lights up. Same thing here with our bodies, in a way. So I just want you guys to like, that's the basis of it, right? We're born into the universe, we exist, and then we exist and experience like a series of sensations, and then we die. Like, that is the bare bones existence of any living creature on this planet, including grass, including plants, including fungus. Like, we're born, we experience shit, and then we die. That's just what happens. Um, and like, we just have to like face that reality that like, mortality, we are mortals. We don't live forever, ever. And that in of itself gives me, or gives it, I don't know, it should give you too, a reason to be like, hey, like, I need to put effort into my everyday. I need to put effort into every moment, because I'm not going to be here forever. And not just that, but like, I don't personally, for me, what I'm afraid of, my number one fear is dying with regrets. Dying with regrets though. It's like dying with regrets. You know what I mean? You know the Drake meme. Anyway, but no, seriously though, that's like one of my biggest regrets. I don't want to die with regrets. I don't want to die feeling like I didn't live my life to the fullest, like the way I could have lived it, instead of listening to other people and like what they have to say and their opinions and all that nice jazz. That is not even nice because it's like it's just someone wants to control you. You know what I mean? So it's stupid. Like specifically the doing what other people say thing. Like I don't want to die that way. I don't want to die living someone else's life when I could have been living mine. I think that's one of the biggest like regrets of. There's like a book, and I can't remember who wrote it, but the person who wrote it was a hospice nurse. Basically, she took care of people right before they passed away, and one of the things, the biggest things, was not living a life that was true to like they were most regretful of not living life to their fullest or to their truest intention or what they wanted instead of they followed other people's stuff. So that's where I'm coming from. And I want you guys to know, like, knowing that you're going to pass away, knowing that you're going to die, it gives you that urgency, and not even just like urgency, it gives you more meaning behind the things that you're doing, the things that you want to do. So instead of just being like, I don't know what I'm doing, I could just wait until next year. And what if you don't have until next year? Like, it's important to start doing now. When we do now, living in the moment, being present, like living, breathing, experiencing life. This is like just witnessing the beauty that is life. That makes life meaningful. That gives your life meaning. That fulfills parts of you that you wouldn't fulfill if you were just head down, like, I have to do what I'm being told, I have to do what I'm being told, instead of living your own life, right? So that is one of the biggest reasons I feel like it's important to talk about death, and also where I'm coming from, like from the standpoint of where I'm coming from, right? I'm gonna go into more of all of that because that was just the intro. So it was long. I know. I hope I'm blocking the wind as much as possible. Bear's doing what Bear can do. It's behind Bear's head. So, anywho, so the next section, it was just the first parts put together, right? Of the blog post. It's called this section is called the spiritual perspective. So it's 1 and 2 because like most of what I talk about is spiritual. Most of the things I usually talk about I tie to spirituality because I love spirit. I love the aspect of spirituality. Um so the first fear is like the one of the biggest fear that people have when it comes to death is fearing that like when they die there's nothing. Like literally you die and it's like blank page or white or black, total blackness, and there's nothing. And you're just like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain that. I've never experienced that, so I can't really explain it. But it's just like he's nothing, and there and it, and that's a possibility, right? But truly deep down, I don't believe that because of experiences that I've had in my own life and experiences that I've taken in from other people in other cultures and also other religions. Like I've sat and listened to different people talk about death. I've sat and talked. Yeah, I've talked to other people, to spiritual leaders about death. Watched a lot of videos. Like I've always been very interested in death. Not in a murderous, psychopathic way, guys. All right, like it's just in general, like death. It's a very interesting concept because we're all going to go there. We're all going to experience it. It's just a matter of when, right? Trying to make sure this isn't dead. Okay. It is so windy. We should just take a moment to breathe, because the wind is so windy, and I don't know how much wind I'm able to block out. Water break, breath break, take a breath, all right? Delicious. The pecans be falling out the trees. All right. So yeah, I don't believe that there's nothingness after you die. Mostly because I've experienced like spirits from the other side, like past like pets that have passed away, family members who have passed away, other people, family members and things of that sort. So I truly believe there is another side. There's another side to this that we don't know, because if we were to know, how many of you guys would actually take your life seriously? like, like if you truly deep down believe that you can reincarnate as many times as you needed to in order to learn the lesson, how many of these lifetimes would you like not take seriously? Like you should take every moment seriously. I'm not saying like everything's serious and you're never having fun, but like we should be taking every moment seriously because we're here for a reason. I truly believe like we are here to learn, like here on Earth as people, as Earthlings, humanoids, as Homo sapiens, we're here to learn. That is our biggest thing. Like we're here to learn new things, new information, have experiences that bring us together and like teach us how to live and teach us how to be a human. Because as humans, and I've said this before, life is duality. We have light and dark. We have cold and hot. We got something and nothing. Like there's a duality, right? Um, we have opposite ends of each spectrum. We have a spectrum here. We have all this variety, and it's all happening at a, it might not seem like it, but it's happening at like a slower pace than what it would happen, than how it would happen maybe somewhere else. I don't know. I've never been to another planet. Maybe I have. I have no idea. I'm not talking about star seeds. We're not talking about that right now. We're just talking about life on Earth. But when you're born, like there is a lesson or something that you're here to do. And in order to do that, you need to learn lessons. Sometimes they're hard lessons. Sometimes they're shitty lessons. Sometimes they're lessons that break you down to the point where you're like, wow, I don't want to be here anymore. I've been there, done that. Hold on a second. I'm getting bit up. Bro, stop it. You're the only one that's bit me. Spit on me, stung me. Do your nasty deeds. Nasty fire ant. No, I'm just, nah, they're just trying to get freaky with my foot. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm trying to. I need to freak. I need to calm down. um. Anyway. But yeah, we're here to learn. We're here to and to teach too. We're not just here to like just to learn. We're also here to teach other people, because things that you've gone through, you can help teach somebody else. Maybe your sibling. Maybe your parent. Maybe a aunt, uncle, grandfather, grandmother's friend, teacher. You know what I mean? Because like some of these sayings, like the teacher becomes a student. That's just real. Sometimes the teacher learns more. And another thing too is like when you teach, you're also learning at the same time. Like for me, when I'm teaching or when I'm like explaining something, you know, we have to explain something to class, stuff like that, you know what I mean? When I'm actually sitting there doing that and I'm like explaining things from a way like a simplified way, or a way that like I understand it, and then hopefully the other person understands it in a simplified way, not like a so complicated I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about way. It helps solidify the information in your mind. And also I noticed that when I do teach, sometimes I'll like get random inspiration of another way to explain something, so and then that helps you gain a deeper sense of understanding of that knowledge or that lesson or whatever it is. So like it's important that we're here both learning and teaching. And here on Earth there is all kinds of lessons to be learned, like how to love, how to have community, how to help people, how to teach people to think for themselves. Because like as a parent, that's what you're doing. You're teaching your kid how to think for themselves, how to make decisions for themselves, how to basically live in this society, live in the world successfully. And that's the main purpose of having kids, is to have them, teach them, and then they eventually leave and do the same thing again. That, it's a cycle. And like, and if you don't, of course, if you don't have kids, there's probably other children or people who don't know things that are in your life that you can teach them. They don't have to be children. They can be grown as adults. They can be older than you. They can be the same age as you. So just know that we're all here to learn. And if we didn't have death, not to loom over us and be like a dark shadow cloud over us that makes us feel some type of way. No, it's there to remind us that everything returns to nothing. Soon none of this will exist. The phone that I'm recording this on, the tripod I'm using, my bear, even though I don't, whatever. Anyway, me, my clothes, this paper, the fucking chair I'm sitting in, all of this at some point will cease to exist. And that's just the reality of things. And knowing that at some point I will cease to exist, that makes me want to be like, okay, well, then what can I do right here, right now to make it so that if I do cease to exist in the next couple minutes, that I've done all that I know I possibly can do to live a fulfilling life, to do the thing that I know deep down that I wanted to do. And a lot of the stuff that I was talking about last month, if you guys are really interested, I did talk about a lot of mostly movies, but life lessons from the movies are very important. But they were all about living your life, living your dreams, and not holding back because of guilt or feeling like you need to do something for someone or whatever. Just, especially if you already know what you need to do and you're not doing it, and you're like, oh, well, I could just do it tomorrow. Okay, well, one thing, tomorrow never comes, and there's only here and now. So let's try to do a little thing today. Maybe you want to go back to school or something. I have no idea. I don't know. And you need a laptop. Well, one of the first things you can do is save up for that laptop, or find a place, or find an online school that has your degree, or a in-person school that has your degree that will offer you a laptop to use or to have forever. There's little steps you can be taking. Maybe you want to move somewhere. Well, one of the things you can do is start packing something. Anything, something small, something you're not going to use in the next 6 months. Pack it. Those types of things, small things. We're not talking about changing your entire life immediately. Yes, death could happen at any point, but what we're here to do is make the small little micro shifts that will lead to a macro shift. So don't get overwhelmed, okay? Don't get overwhelmed when I say you could die at any point, because it's true. But just know that making those little micro shifts every day, by the end, I'm getting ahead of myself. For me, one of the things that I do when I DoorDash, because I'm I get so socially awkward. I know I'm putting myself out here and talking on camera and stuff, but when I start talking in person, I get very socially awkward. I get very nervous. I just do, and I'll freeze up. Someone will say something. I'll be like, "Did I say that? Was that something that?" And I just get so wrapped up in my head, and I'm I feel like they think I'm a space cadet because I'm just sitting here what? But I also struggle with keeping eye contact too. So when I'm out dashing, it's perfect. It's the perfect lesson training ground for me. When I go out, especially go to stores to pick up food, or if I go to especially when I go to grocery stores to buy food, because it's perfect, because there's hundreds of people everywhere. You always see people, make eye contact with them, look at them, you know what I mean? Not stare someone down, you know what I mean? But look at them, acknowledge that they exist. Instead of staring down at my phone, or staring down at the ground while I'm walking, because that's what I've been doing my entire life, staring down at my feet and walking. So if you ever see me in the public and I'm just staring down at my feet, it's an old habit that I'm trying to break. But anyway, yeah, so just little things every day. Literally yesterday when I went dashing, I made eye contact with almost everybody in the store. I looked at them, I acknowledged them. Some of them smiled, some of them didn't. It is what it is. I was doing the thing that I told myself I would do, and I'm just proud of myself for doing that. I'm proud of myself for getting out here and filming this video. Like, I'm just doing little things every day that like build up to large macro changes. Of course, I'm not gonna change overnight. It's just not gonna happen. Like, I could definitely put on a front and like do a real good front, but is it gonna be real? Like, is it gonna really like the changes seriously set in? Like, no, it's gonna take time. So just knowing that, like, it's like it's so like, you know, like death, like I said, like death is not something to be worried about, because I just realized I've been talking about like stuff from the third section. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna reel it back a little bit, right? But just know, like, small changes lead to macro changes in your life. So don't like get overwhelmed that you're gonna die, because you are gonna die. But don't get overwhelmed and be like, oh my god. Oh, it's the neighbor's dogs. They're way the fuck out there. Anyway, um, yeah. So, um, but yeah, so like I truly believe that when we die, like we have the ability to reincarnate. And like I said earlier, star seeds and stuff like that, like, yeah, maybe you might go to another planet, I don't know, maybe you can, I don't know. But I truly believe that, I also kind of like in a way believe in animism, like everything has a soul. And I believe that, you know, especially living, I mean, let's just like bare minimum, living things have a soul, right? Let's just say that, right? Even grass, trees, all that. They have something. Something's keeping them alive. Something has to be keeping them alive. I mean, the cells are living, are they not? Anyway, they make an organism, biology. Um, but before you come here, like, you decide like what kind of life you're gonna live, what kind of people you're gonna have around you, what kind of experience you have, so that you can live out your life and make those changes to make those impacts that you're here to do. Like I said earlier, like, you might know what you want to do, and you not doing that, or you not taking those actions, is like, it's kind of like, really, bro? Like, what are we doing? Like, you literally came here, like, you came here knowing, but there's a point after you're reincarnated that you forget everything. For me, I believe that was 4, because everything before 4 is very fuzzy, like, not very, like, it's kind of like, I don't really know. But then after 4, everything was pretty solid. Like, I knew, like, when I'm thinking back, it's more of a solid memory than the stuff that happened before I was 4. But there's like a veil of forgetfulness, and my brain keeps wanting to say that there's something in Christianity that talks about that, but I might be very wrong. I know there's like the veil of the heavenly veil or whatever in the temple, but that's not what we're talking about. But this veil of forgetfulness is, you know, basically you forgetting like the other lives that you live, or the reason why you're here, because when you're here, you're just supposed to be here, and you're supposed to be in the moment, present, because you can't learn if you're like not here in the present. Just like, it's hard for you to move past things if you're constantly worried about the past, or move past things and you're constantly worried about the future. It's like, there's a duality, like I said, there's a duality. But being here in the present, I'm gonna link that. I think I have a video on being in the present, or maybe I don't. Maybe it's a blog post. I'm just gonna have the blog post link down below in the thing. So if you want to go read about grounding and being in the present moment, I have that. I'll put that down there, so you can read that. I'll be underneath the blog post for this week, so you can read that. But it's really important to be in the moment, because when you're in the moment, you're fully able to live life. You're fully able to experience life in a profound way, in a way that you wouldn't be able to do, if you were so worried about the past and the future. Because you're really only here and now. Like, there's only here and now. Like, right now I'm filming this video, and I'm gonna be looking at this later, you know, and that was like a past moment for me. This is a past moment for me. But even in that moment, there's only, you know, here and now. Like, I'll be sitting at my desk, like, taking the time to do the things that I need to do in order to make sure that everything comes out on time this week, because I've been lagging the last couple weeks, so I've been tired. Okay, tired. Don't throw shade at me. um, So yeah, like you really only have the now. And if you come here, you already know exactly what it is you're gonna do, or you should need to do, what you need to learn. Like you still have to learn it. It's still gonna be difficult. But knowing like you have infinite lives, like how okay, if you knew guaranteed that if you were to die right now, or not die right now, or just when you die, you come back, like living here, would you take this life seriously? Like really sit there and think about that. And I said that I know I said that earlier, but would you take it seriously? Because the opposite is true. If you knew that you were never going to die, would you take life seriously? Because you have all of this time to sit here and twiddle your fingers, and do all this whatever, and not actually get down to business to defeat the Huns. Anyway, I keep wanting to say that. It's one of my favorite songs. I always quote it. Anyway, but yeah. So like I believe that's the reason why a lot of us don't realize that there is a such thing as reincarnation. I personally have also in my life, I have had flashbacks, like visions from past lives that I know were me, but not me at the same time. And that's another thing too, that if you do reincarnate, you don't become the person that you are right here and now. Like you'll never have the same family, you'll never have the same childhood friends, you'll never have the same schooling if you had schooling or whatever upbringing. You'll never have the same grandparents, you'll never have the same anything, because there's no way you can be the same. Like you are changed. You are changing in every moment. Your energy is changing in every moment. You are changing in every moment. You will never be the same person. No one can ever be you, and you can never be yourself ever again. The energy that's within you, like I just said, is also changing. So like how can you expect to be the exact same person? And then again, why should it even matter if you know that you can reincarnate? Because it's like you should be taking this seriously. The only thing that you can be learning in this life is the things that your soul's like, this is perfect. This is the right body, the right time, the right people, the right family, the right connections, the right whatever, the right things are going to happen for me in order to take the actions that I need to take in order to fulfill the life that I need to fulfill before I die, so that in the next life I can do the next thing, right? Because these are like chapters, and that's another thing too. I talk about in my blog post is like life is like a book, but it's not about the whole book at once. Like who sits there and reads the entire book all at once? Like how do you even do that? We're gonna talk about it, but besides from that, it's one chapter at a time. It's one chapter at a time, not like overwhelming. Oh, one book, oh, whole book. Like I'm throwing the whole fucking book at you, and you gotta like take all the information. No, chapter at a time. Even textbooks are split into sections and chapters and paragraphs. So why can't your life be the same? And plus, also at the same time, like the life is very much like a chapter, and each year could be a chapter for you. Maybe several years could be a chapter for you. It could be all kinds of things, and like it's also kind of like a movie. Like there's a beginning, middle, and end. There's a beginning, climax. Oh no, lead up, climax, and resolution. No, what is it called when it drops off and then de-escalates and then conclusion? Right? I think that's the best I got. Your life is the same way. Like, and it's funny because like, it's a movie, like we're talking about movies and books, and like life isn't a movie or a book, but in a way it is kind of like a movie or book. So like take each moment bit by bit. Like you don't shove the whole steak in your mouth, like say, this big, right? You're not shoving that whole fucker in your mouth and expecting not to choke or to like not be able to chew the whole thing. Like take it bite by bite, even if they're big bites. Like you're taking it bite by bite. You're not gonna do something that's gonna compromise your eating experience. So yeah. So yeah, like when you're learning your lessons, you're not learning it all at once. Like you're not like all the lessons like think of it like school. I keep giving you so many examples. But think of it like school. You go to school, like the teacher's not like, all right, class, by tomorrow I want you to read this 1,000-page textbook. And if your teacher is saying that, you need to go talk to somebody about that. But when you go to school, like, there's no teacher that's going to be like, oh, here's a 1,000-page textbook, read it by tomorrow, and if you don't have it read by tomorrow, then you're failing the class. Like, maybe like 1 or 2 chapters of this 1,000-page textbook, or a section of a chapter, depending how long it is. Like, what are we talking about? Like, our lives don't come to us all at once. Just like also at the same time with your growth too, I feel like a lot of people like get really, what is it, wrapped up in their growth, that they need it all happen all at once. And I feel like it also has to do with this like impending death, like fear. And it's like, no, like I said earlier, take small sections, do what you can each day to like make it so that if you do pass away, because it's inevitable, before you're ready, or before you feel like you're ready, then you know that you've done something, you've satisfied a goal of yours for that day, or for the or towards like the main goal. Like I said, each baby step will lead to a bigger change, or micro steps leads to micro changes leads to macro changes. So small changes leads to big changes, is what I'm saying. Micro means mini or small, and macro today is big, huge. So like if an ant is micro, then a whale is macro. Macro. My I just science. I'm a nerd. So yeah, like your soul like will continue living after you die, just like that electricity in the light bulb will continue doing whatever the fuck it does after the light bulb, maybe the filament leaves, or you take the light bulb out. The electricity still exists, it's just not within that light bulb. So think of your life, like I said, like that light bulb. It You yourself will not perish. I truly believe that. I'm sorry, this video, I feel like this video is super jumbled, but if you're sticking with me, you'll see, like, what I'm saying. Just know, like I said, just know, you will live on. Like, I truly believe you'll live on, even if you'll remember what happened. It's just you coming here and being, like, a brand new person living a brand new life in this body, and again, like, you'll never be able to be this person ever again. So why not make the most out of each moment, instead of fearing that someday it's all going to end, and just being like fearful of that, like chasing things that don't really matter to you, or like chasing things that like aren't important, because that's not what life's about. Like, your life is your life. Like, if you want it to be about, if you want it to be about chasing something that someone else has set up for you, then go right ahead. But that's not what I'm talking about here, and that is what I'll never be talking about here. I'm all for living your own damn life, disregarding what anyone else has to say, because it really, at the end of the day, does not matter. It doesn't matter what they have to say, especially if it's not something that you're interested in. Now, if it's someone that someone that you appreciate their life, a mentor or somebody like that, and you're getting advice from them, then go ahead, listen to what they have to say. But it's also, at the end of the day, up to you to implement it or not. So, like, take that information and do what you will with it. So yeah, like, one of the things, the next part, the third part is clarity, the clarity of mortality, right? So one of the things you can do is the Deathbed Test, which I just recently heard of this. I didn't know that it had an actual name. I just did the thing. So basically, if you had 1 day left, right, and if you had 1 day left, would you regret like stressing over small things like petty drama, social media, work stress, like things of that nature, like maybe like family or like petty arguments, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. Would you sit there and be like, I need to focus on this, or you'd be like, damn, I want to do what it is that I want to do today so that when I die tomorrow, I'm not like full of so much fucking regret that I'm like, whatever. Another way to look at this, like another thing that I like to do every morning, well, not every morning, but the mornings I do remember, because I don't remember every morning. Sometimes I remember in the middle of the day, okay? But in the morning, I'll wake up and I'll be like, man, if today is the last day I have on earth, what am I doing today? Like, what am I, I'm not saying like I don't know what I'm doing every day, but like, what am I going to do today that's going to like add to like me not feeling like my life is bone crushingly difficult and, excuse me, a struggle today? Because it's my life's been a struggle for me. I'm not saying other people wouldn't handle my stuff and be like fine with it, but for me it's been difficult. And it's just I gotta every day I just gotta figure out like what is something that I can do today that adds to my life in a way that makes it feel like today was worth it. That today was exactly how it should have been. And I try to do that thing. It could be painting, it could be writing in my journal, it could be poetry, it could be, I don't know, watching a movie I've been meaning to watch and like looking at it from a different perspective and getting like a new meaning from it. It could be talking to somebody. It could be a whole host of things, right? And I like look outside and I look at the sky, I look at the clouds, I look at the trees, the animals, the little bugs and stuff. I look at my dog who's off camera, you can't see him. But I look at everybody, I look at everything and I take it all in as like, this might be the last time I ever see it. And I think to myself, like, how beautiful, I have appreciation, like, how beautiful is this world? How beautiful is this life that I have, even though it's not exactly satisfactory, but how beautiful is it anyway? Because no one will ever be able to be me and have this outlook on my life because it's my life. No one will ever be able to know exactly how I feel in this moment and how I see things and how I perceive things and how I experience things. That's basically what I just said like 3 times. But that in and of itself like reminds me that, hey, it's not all that shitty. It's not all like the worst possible thing that it possibly could be. And I have the power to do things that bring me joy each day, that will bring me satisfaction, so that I'm not like, wow, today was another bone crushing day at doing stuff, not at work or anything like that, like work, whatever, just in general, and then I go to sleep. Like, no. Like, I try to like weave in things in there that I like listening to music, like I said, painting, art, drawing, doodling, watching a show or a movie that I want to watch, and then getting a new perspective from it. That type of thing. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sitting there saying like sitting there and like brain rotting yourself all day doing like these fun activities or doing these activities and not getting things done, because you still have to live your life. You got to you gotta do the things you gotta do, and also do the things you want to do every day. Because you have a life. You have a life, and it's your life. It's nobody else's, and it will never be someone else's. Another thing too, with this, like, knowing that yes, you will die someday, you need to like also learn how to forgive. Because, and I'm not saying forget, all right? Forgive, but never fucking forget, right? Because that would be foolish, in my opinion. There's some people in my life that I've forgiven them. I ain't putting myself around them no more. Not after what they fucking did. So, like, but the forgiveness isn't for them. It's for you. It's to free your soul so that you're not sitting there like, well, this person did this to me. And then you're just like feeding that negativity. And every time you're around that person, If you have to be there around that person, maybe you don't have to be around that person, but when you think about that person, someone brings up that person, you see a picture of that person or whatever the fuck of that person or thing, it might be a situation that you hold a grudge against, which is interesting, but happens. The clouds over here are so bright, it's like lighting me up from this angle. It's a nice glow, but it's windy. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell in the mic. I should make that section quieter. Sorry. Anyway, oh, the moon, she's out. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. I love you. I love you, moon. Okay. But yeah, holding on to that, it ties your energy to the past as well. Like, because you're constantly thinking about what happened in the past. Like, it didn't happen in the present. And if it happened in the present, then yes, definitely get your emotions out, talk about it, talk through it, right? And then find a way to like forgive that person because they were only doing what they could with what they have. And I know how hard that might sound, especially if someone abuses you or does heinous shit to you. And that is personally, I mean, it feels like that's not acceptable, but like it's the truth. Like they did not, it's possible that they did know better, but in that moment, they didn't act better. So they really only did what they could. If they couldn't do something better, then really are they even able to do it? Like, so it's different from knowing how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But if you've never made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, not saying it's hard or difficult, but saying like if you've never made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and you know what goes on it, but you don't know what order, or not the order, but like how it should be. Like you could have fucking jelly on the outside, peanut butter on the inside, and then jelly on the other side of the bread. And then you have like you gotta touch the jelly, and you'd be like, "That's not how you make it." You know what I mean? Like you can know, you can know it, you can know the steps, but until you actually do it, do you really know what you're doing? I was just thinking about that peanut butter baby. I don't even know about the whole video. I just know like the mom or somebody came in. Sister's like on the floor, she on the table, I don't know, but she's sitting there and she's all like, look, and the baby's all like covered in peanut butter. Like, I'm pretty sure they were just trying to make a sandwich, or maybe they were just trying to eat some peanut butter. I don't know, but like, that's not how you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich either. But the same thing applies for like people, especially if it's something energetic that like really messes with you, because when you're able to forgive, like you're letting go of that energetic tie, you're letting go of that past, of that anger or that resentment, the whatever it is that you're holding for that person, you're letting it go. That's what forgiveness is. And it's like I said, it's not forgetting. Don't fucking forget what they did. That's I'm not saying hold it over them and hold a grudge. That's exactly what I'm saying not to do. But like, don't forget, but forgive, because when you forgive, it frees you from holding on to all that, and then it opens you up to more things like love and enjoyment and peace, especially peace. Like protecting your peace comes with finding forgiveness in others, because you cannot really have peace without having some sort of forgiveness. You can't have a grudge with somebody and expect to be at peace. Like that's not how that works. Because it's gonna be the wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I tried. I almost lost the camera. Okay. It's so windy. All right. Well, we're almost done. I'm almost done. And then, like I've been saying this entire time, be present, right? Being present in this moment is your life. Where else would you want to be than here and now, in your moment, in your life, experiencing who you are, because you are so amazing. No one will ever be you. No one could ever be you. I can't be you. You can't be me. Like, let's experience this life and be who we're going to be, because I tell myself, when I start feeling like down on myself, or I start feeling like I'm not in the present moment, I'm like, hold on a second. I will never be this young again. I'll never be this hot again. I'll never be, well, maybe I get hotter. I don't know. Cause like black don't crack. Anyway, I'll never be this hot. Like I'm this fucking body. Like it's not exactly toned the way I want it to be, but I still got them curves, girl. Like ain't nobody gonna be me. Not with this mind, not with this like ability, not with this talent. Like nobody gonna be me with this body. Like what the fuck am I talking about? Like I'm gonna be here in this moment, getting all them looks, getting all that attention, good or bad, it don't matter. I'm not saying seek bad attention, but I'm saying like some people be looking at you, they be hating for no reason. I'm talking about that kind of bad attention. And it's really not bad because then people just look at you and they're like, what do you, I don't see what you're talking about. What do you mean they're X, Y, and Z? Like, what? I love that. I love that. People be hating for no reason. I mean, they're just meeting themselves where they are. Truly, in reality, truly, they're meeting themselves where they are. So if someone's hating on you, they're meeting themselves, they're seeing you, themselves in you, and they're hating on you because of what they see that they could possibly do, but they're not doing it for whatever reason. And it could be also other things too, not just things like they're not doing for whatever reason. But yeah, just don't worry about it because no one can ever be you. And knowing that you can never be yourself again, even if there is like reincarnation, you'll never be able to be that person. Like I'm never gonna be this person ever again. Like, I might come back with the same body, right? But I ain't never gonna have the same mind, same experiences, same family, same name, same all of these things. So yes, each moment, be in the present, be here and now, take a breath. Just like we did earlier, take a drink, like look at the sky, feel the breeze on your skin, hear the breeze. I don't know if you can hear the breeze or not. Hear the breeze in the microphone. Like be here in the moment, baby, because ain't nobody gonna be like you. Ain't nobody ever gonna be like you. So like when you think about death, and we're going to the conclusion now. When you think about death, remember that it is the reason you're alive because if things just went on and on and on forever, you'll never do anything. And if you just sit here and realize, if you just sit here and you like, well, I'm just gonna reincarnate, like, but why can't you just do it now while you're already here? And live the life because for all you know, your next life, maybe you decide that you're gonna learn harder lessons because the lessons that you were going to learn didn't take. It's up to you. I truly believe it's up to you when you're born to figure out what it is that you're here to do, what it is you're here going to do. So there's something on me. Hello? Oh, it's a little strap. What is this strap for? I don't know. I'm gonna figure out in a minute. This chair is always surprising me. It's about to die, but it's surprising me. It's about to die. No, it's about to be unusable. But yeah, being in the present moment, when you think about death, you should realize, like, hey, at any point, you could just not exist. And the thing is that each moment that you live and you're present in the moment should be a victory because you're able to give your full attention. You're able to fully immerse yourself. You're able to like, it's like playing a video game. If you like video games, maybe you don't. I don't know. I kind of don't care. But maybe you like video games. Oh, books. There's a good one. Maybe you like video games or books. And when you like to go read or watch them, play them, you want to be like in it. You don't want to be distracted. You don't want like someone to be like, hey, every 5 seconds while you're trying to like do your thing. Like it's the same thing. Your mind is that person that's going, hey, and you're like, I'm just trying to be right here in the moment. I'm just trying to like feel the air on my skin. I'm trying to breathe in that fresh air. I'm trying to like live my life. And that's important. Like staying in that moment and realizing that you can be satisfied each and every day. It doesn't have to be like a grand thing. Like, and like I said too, also like you're not going to change overnight like that. So like take those small moments to be present to do the things that you know that you want to do so that you don't die with regrets, and also at the same time so that when you do pass away, you've learned something, you've gained information and knowledge, and you've worked through things, you've learned how to forgive, you've learned how to love, you've learned how to give gratitude, you've learned how to experience other people in whatever capacity. Maybe your thing is not to get married or to have kids or anything like that, but maybe just to have friends, maybe only long distance friends. I don't know. It's your life. It's your life. I don't know what your life holds for you, but just know that each moment that you choose you, and you choose to be in the moment, and you choose to be more of yourself and be more authentically you, death will be less terrifying. Death will be more of it'll be like welcoming an old friend, because death is coming for all of us one day. It is what it is. I could literally finish this video and never upload it. You guys wouldn't know, but I could literally finish the video, never upload it, and I would have passed away. But I know that today I did the things that I wanted to do, and I kept striving for the things that I've been called to do, which is teach and to help people and to express. And like I said earlier, this video is kind of everywhere and not exactly concise and straightforward. But if you want that, go check out the blog post. It's in the description down below. My link tree is down below. You can come see my video. Well, you can see my other videos on my social media. You can go to my website. You can check out all my other stuff. You can also support me. I appreciate it if you support me, because I'm not gonna lie, it's tight on money, and I would love to make an income doing this so I can give more. That would be great. That's partially the goal. But that's not the main goal, because I love to teach. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys want more structure, definitely go check out the 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 blog post, and then underneath I'll have the blog post description. It'll be before the link tree. It'll be in the middle. The blog post description, the blog post link for the grounding video, the grounding blog post. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's a video. If there is, it would have been in the top back earlier in the video. If there is too, it'll be linked in the blog post, so you can just click that and find your way around that way. But yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys found it helpful, if you guys found it inspiring, if you guys found it meaningful in some way, please share it with somebody. Share it with somebody, because there's so many people that are terrified of death. There's so many people that are scared of the unknown. There's so many people that are scared to live their lives because of death, and that's crazy, because it's like, how can you be scared of something that's gonna come and there's nothing you can do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. You can't stop death. You can't be like, oh, death. No, death is coming. Death is coming. All right, death is coming. Also, I want to show you guys my shirt, because I love my shirt, and it's amazing. I got your back. Got it at Walmart. And the first time I ever saw it was actually on a stick figure meme. Fire. All right. It's time to go. It's time to get the fuck up out of here. The wind is like, go inside, Jamila. Well, not go inside, but finish, wrap it up, okay? Because these people, they got shit to do. They do have shit to do. I have shit to do. All right. I love you guys so very much. And I hope you guys subscribe and hit that bell, because I barely post every week on here. Most I post is 2 videos, maybe 3 starting next week. I don't know. But at most. Usually it's just 1 video, and it's usually these long videos. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your 24 hours, wherever you are on the 24-hour scale, regardless of where that is. It could be in the middle of the night, it could be the morning, it could be afternoon, evening, tea, whatever the fuck. I hope it's great. I hope it goes great. I love you guys so very much, and I hope the audio on here wasn't god awful. All right, love you. Bye.